His story is not about Christmas, it's about secrets, stolen truths, and the moment a mother realizes her life was a lie.
The DVD case was cold in my hands, glossy, cheap, labeled in my husband's handwriting, Real Dad. The kids were on the floor behind me, paper shredded like fallen snow, their voices rising and falling with the careless joy of Christmas morning. I stood at the kitchen counter, divorce papers folded with surgical precision inside my gift envelope, my name typed where love letters used to be. My phone buzzed. No name, no message. I called him back, straight to voicemail. I tried again, blocked. The house felt staged, too quiet, as if someone had already packed the sound away with the rest of him. From the living room, my daughter called out, confused, "Mom, why does my present have our names on it like a test?" I didn't answer. I couldn't. My reflection in the microwave door looked unfamiliar, eyes steady, mouth composed, the kind of face people mistake for strength. I slid the DVD back into its sleeve. Didn't open it yet. I already knew this wasn't a surprise. It was an execution, and I was meant to watch myself bleed slowly. The DNA reports were clinical. Black ink, percentages, a cold truth disguised as data. Both children, not his. I felt the shock register somewhere distant, like a sound in another room. My body stayed obedient. My hands didn't shake. My breath didn't hitch. Inside, something fundamental recalibrated. I replayed our life with a new lens. The nights he worked late. The sudden interest in genealogy kits. The way he'd watched the kids sometimes, too carefully, like he was memorizing something he planned to leave behind. I sat on the edge of the couch and smiled at my son when he ran over waving his paper. "Is this a science thing?" "Yes," I said. It wasn't a lie. It was an autopsy. The divorce papers were efficient. No cruelty, no apology. Just terms. Custody already proposed. Assets divided. A life dismantled in advance. He hadn't left in anger. He'd left prepared. The betrayal wasn't just infidelity. It was authorship. He had written this ending without me. I didn't cry. I cleaned. Breakfast plates, wrapping paper, crumbs of a life that still thought it was intact. Then I investigated. Phone records first, old backups he forgot about, a number that appeared years before our first child was born, calls clustered around business trips, messages erased but not forgotten by the cloud. I found the man, a ghost from his past, a friend he'd lost touch with. I requested my own test, confirmed what I already knew, not for proof, for ownership of the truth. At night, after the kids slept, I watched the DVD alone, my husband on screen. Calm, practiced. He explained everything like a lecture, how he'd discovered the affair years ago, how he'd waited, planned, how he wanted the children to know where they came from. No rage, no grief, just control. I paused the screen on his face and studied it. This was the man I married. This was the man who thought he was smarter than consequences. I let him believe it a little longer. I found him 3 days later, not at work, not at home, at his sister's house, where men go when they want witnesses to their innocence. I didn't raise my voice. I handed him a folder. My folder. His eyes skimmed the contents. DNA confirmations, financial disclosures, a notarized statement from the man he'd trusted, the real father, confirming everything, including the money transfers, including the agreement. His face collapsed in stages. Shock, calculation, fear. "You knew?" he asked. I nodded. I didn't explain how long. That knowledge was mine. He reached for me. I stepped back. The silence did the rest. I didn't take the kids from him. I gave them the truth, age-appropriate, clean, uncontaminated by his narrative. Then I gave the evidence to his employer, the misuse of funds, the quiet fraud he thought was invisible. I let his sister read the DVD. I let the real father decide whether he wanted a relationship or restitution. I walked away from the house last, took only what mattered, left the rest arranged neatly, like a museum of someone else's life. He tried to call. I didn't block him. Silence is more precise. I don't hate him. Hatred requires attachment. What I feel is clarity, the kind that comes after the storm passes and you see what survived. The children sleep peacefully now. They know who they are. They know who stayed. I watch the sunrise through a new window, coffee cooling untouched, my reflection steady again. He thought truth would destroy me. It didn't. It handed me back to myself, and I have never belonged to anyone more completely than I do now.